Hi everyone, it's the JR Test Kitchen. I'm going to do a review of the JR X1000 Nutriblender versus the Nutribullet 900 series Nutriblender. To compare both of them, it's going to be quite extensive. I'll break the video up into a few separate videos, otherwise each one will be too long. So I'll talk about what's included to start with, hear them sort of operating, and then go into some more blending in other videos, just to really give an extensive review between the two, because essentially obviously the Nutribullet is something that people know of, but there are many others out there, and the JR X1000 Nutriblender basically in a nutshell has more functionality and more power than the Nutribullet. So here's just a video to compare the two, to show sort of pluses and minuses between the two, and help you make more of an informed decision on essentially two of the top Nutriblenders on the market. So let's get straight on and talk about what comes included with them. So initially the Nutribullet, this is the Nutribullet 900 series. So it's, the Nutribullet do the RX series, which is more of a high powered blender. This is the actual Nutriblender range. So this is their highest powered Nutriblender. They do the RX, which is higher powered than the 900 watt Nutriblender, but the RX series is more aimed towards competing with commercial blenders and higher power blenders. So for the sake of this test, for sort of fairness, the same sort of machine being compared here. The Nutribullet 900 series basically comes with, this is a 12-piece set, 110 pounds, 120 pounds, something like that. It's about $150. And basically, this is a 12-piece set. So you get the base unit, you get the 0.9 litre cup, you get a second set of blades. You've got the blades that are in there, the second set of blades, a couple of lids to keep your food fresh, the small cup for doing smaller blends, and a couple of cups to drink out of, and then your flip top lid if you want to take your drink with you, and a lid for a handle. That's quite a nice feature, but not necessary really in my opinion. But just use your hand. I don't think we need a handle like that, just use your hand, but hey, that's up to you. It's a 12-piece set. They do sort of, it's a bit of a cop-out, you do class this as a piece, and also the rim there of that grey cup can unscrew. That's just the rim. They class that as a piece. So 12-piece set, in my mind and my eyes, can automatically be a 10-piece set, because I don't really class that as a set. And actually also 12-piece set, two identical blades. I mean, it's okay to have a spare blade. I suppose you could class it as a second part, but it's still two of the same blade. But look, that's what you get with the Nutribullet. It's a popular machine, 12 pieces, compared to the X1000 Nutriblender from the JR Ultra range of Nutriblenders, some commercial blenders and juicers and so on. You get the base unit here. Go into more details of functionality in a minute, but the base unit, a small cup as well, like the Nutribullet one, just to compare them at the front as well while we do it. Now the Nutribullet one sits slightly taller, but the JR one sits slightly wider. So I'm pretty certain they're both 500 mils. The JR one's certainly 500 mils. There's not much between them basically. They're both around 500 mils. The actual tool cups that come with it, however, now I'll put them next to each other so that we can see what's going on here. And you can actually see, pull out, they're sitting the same height, but the actual JR jug is a litre. Now this is what they class as their monster jug, their huge jug, have loads of blending. It's 909 millilitres. The JR's is a litre. You get more capacity with the JR one. And also, it's hard because I'm going to try and do this one-handed, but you can actually, something else I noticed with the Nutribullet is actually when you look at the actual workings of the machine, the JR one is a lot wider, it's a lot meatier than the Nutribullet's a bit thinner. So the actual capacity of the JR one is bigger. You get a bigger capacity, you can blend more. It's a bit meatier as a product, and we'll go into a little bit more of that a little bit later. I'm going to pause this and cut it because I just want to unscrew the blades and show you the actual blades themselves in the jug. So 1 second. Right, so I'm back here. There's a little cut. Just back looking at the blades themselves. The blades are very similar, both stainless steel blades. They're both very durable. But again, talking about the meatiness and the girth of the machines, the actual, try and do this accurately, I want to keep this factual. The actual blade set, similar to the girth of the actual blender, being a lot, well not a lot, but you know, significant. You can notice it, a lot wider, a lot bigger. Therefore the blade base, the actual blade attachment, is bigger on the JR. It's a bigger, higher capacity machine. And oh yeah, and it's 1,000 watts, by the way, 1,000 watt machine as opposed to 900 watts. It's a more powerful, bigger, more high capacity machine for around the same price. The Nutribullet was about 120, 110, 120, depending where you buy it from. The JR's coming in around 100, 110, and buying direct from JR, you get the buy direct discount. So actually puts it down about 60 quid for buying direct from JR, which you never get on the Nutribullet 900 series. So everything on here is actually bigger, and the blades themselves, you can't pick up on it, but I assure you it's very, very minor, I have to say, but the blades themselves on the JR are actually wider. It's a wider blade there. So it's a bigger, meatier product. And just something I did notice, when you actually use these, the seals in here to stop it leaking, it's a real bugbear with the Nutribullet actually, because these seals, I've actually got a knife here, these seals will sometimes have to be taken out just to be replaced, and I have to use, I'm not going to do it now, but I have to use a knife or a fork or something to physically pull out that silicone seal, which is a real bugbear, trying to get that out to then replace it if the seal goes at some point. But with the JR, they put a little section there that allows you to actually put your thumb in and just pull out the seal. I'm not going to do it now because I want to use the blender, but you can see I'm able, look, I'm already pulling that out. So that's actually a real nice feature to allow you just a bit of ease of use for maintenance of your machine. If you want to change over your seals, it's a lot more difficult in the Nutribullet than it is the JR. So that's just something JR I've thought about there. So it's an 8-piece, you get 8 pieces with the JR one. But what you do get is you get a couple of Stay Fresh lids, same as the Nutribullet. The flip top lid, same as the Nutribullet. That's something to look at. It feels a little bit more cumbersome on the Nutribullet in my opinion, but you know, look, it's clutching at straws really. That just seems to clip on a lot more securely. You can hear it, ready? You hear that clip on. I'm going to push this down thoroughly. You don't hear so much of a click compared to the JR, which it really clicks on. So it's actually secured the lid. Nothing worse than going around, having it in your bag and going to the gym, open your bag up and your lid's come off and all your juice has gone everywhere or your smoothie's gone everywhere. When this is on, it clips in and it's on. Another thing that JR thought about. Right. Now, when Nutribullet give you two blades, they're giving you identical blades. Okay, that's good to have a spare, all well and good, but at the end of the day, if one of your blades breaks, JR's has one extracting blade. If your blade broke, just contact JR and they give you a new one. The second blade they give you is a dedicated grinding blade. Now this is a 1,000 watt blender. Now the secondary blade on the Nutribullet is just an extraction blade, so you're only able to do your extracting, smoothies and juices and so on. With the JR, you've got your extracting blade for your smoothies, but you've got your grinding blade here, which will allow you actually to do other functionalities. That actually makes this Nutriblender sort of a mini multi-purpose blender like the commercial blenders. Because at the end of the day, JR they are makers of commercial blenders, whereas Nutribullet are, you know, they start out and they're doing their Nutriblenders. JR do commercial blenders and juicers, and they've made this Nutriblender able to do other things as well. And this grinding blade, this flat blade, actually is able to do things like nut butters, grind down coffees. So it works as a bit of a coffee grinder as well. So if you want a bit more functionality from your machine, the JR is certainly the better one to go for. You do get a couple of extra pieces with the Nutribullet if you want a handle and an extra rim on your jug. You know, one extra jug there, that's fine, extra pieces. But if you want an all-round more powerful machine, which actually enables you to have a bit more high capacity, more powerful and more girthy machine, then it would be the JR one to go for. It gives you more functionality. It gives you more. You're more able to do some other things. So, look, that was just a quick look at what's included with the product. That's 10 minutes. So I'm going to stop the video there. I don't rather just keep going. That's 10 minutes long. But that was just looking at the two products and what you actually get with both of them. And in this video, for this particular one, I'd say it's depending on what you want, it's close. It's a top up. It's 50-50. I'd say you get a couple of extra bits with the Nutribullet. But there's a couple of fiddly things like having to remove the silicone seals with an implement of some sort that they don't give you. There's nothing they give you to do it. With the JR, you don't get the handle for your drink or the extra jug, but you get a larger capacity jug and the ability to do grinding and so on with the flat blade. And it's a bigger, more girthy machine, and they think things through, like being able to change your seals more easily, and the clip of the jug is of the lid on the jug is a bit tighter, more secure. So it's fairly close in this initial video. For me, possibly the JR just edges it, but again, depends what you're looking for. So we'll do a couple more videos to talk about some other things in a moment. So check back. That was just what you get in the box for the first video. Thanks very much.